I went to the States to watch my brother compete at the games in 2015.
Okay.
And I literally was like the last man in the stadium, like watched the presentation and everything, just like soaked it all in. I was like, fuck, this is what I want to do.
That's wild.
I want to be the fittest man on earth. And
You get that bronze medal. Obviously the feeling of elation that comes with that, the pride of, you know, I've worked for this, I'm now here. It's a dream, not fully realised, but somewhat, right? To be on the podium, you're so close to that top position.
Yeah.
And then the world comes crumbling down beneath you.
As bad as it is, like CrossFit like brought me down, like brought me crumbling down, but at the same time it was what brought me back up and like fixed me and healed me and gave me that sense of direction and purpose again.
I want to dive into part of the podcast. It's a consistent theme. So listeners, viewers right now may be hearing this as the end of a great ep, or they might be hearing it as like the trailer to the full ep. So if you're really interested in what Ricky has to say and you're listening to the 5 questions and answers part of the pod, I'd just suggest you pause it and just go listen to the full ep. But if you're here after the last hour, we're going to dive into what is consistent for every guest.
Beautiful.
Relatively short form, but they never are. You know, everyone always divulges a little bit,
Yeah.
which I love. So I want to ask you the first of 5 questions, which is if you could recommend only one book or one podcast to someone listening, what would it be?
Oh man, I'm not a man that's read many books or listened to many podcasts, but I would have to say one book that I did like was Can't Hurt Me.
Great book.
Yeah.
Great book. I listened to that.
David Goggins.
I'm actually halfway through his episode with Rogan, the new one that just come out yesterday.
Yeah?
He's just released a new book.
Is he?
Yeah.
Goggins?
Yeah. Can't remember what it's called, but
Yeah,
I
right.
think it's about this next phase of his life.
Yeah, he's an
Animal.
You can learn a few things.
For an animal.
Maybe not everything he does, but you can take a few things away from it.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a cracker.
Yeah.
Mate, I love that too. I listened to it probably a year ago. And he's someone I always just go, when I'm like, especially now, gearing up for a big event in a couple of days, let's get a bit of fucking Goggins about
Get
me.
him in your head
Yeah, exactly.
when you're running.
Exactly.
You'll-
Second question for you is there a skill you're trying to master or an attribute you're working at developing that you think significantly improves the quality of your life?
For me, right now, I'm trying to improve my thoracic extension, which
Okay.
is like my contributing to my overhead mobility,
Yep.
which I think is literally the one thing between me and winning the CrossFit Games.
Okay, so when you say that overhead work, so that's like your snatch, your overhead squats.
Yeah, my snatch overhead squat is good. It's anything close grip.
Okay.
Like single arm overhead squat.
Okay.
Or handstand push-ups.
Yeah.
Like my form breaks down, my position breaks down because I'm not mobile in that position. Yeah, stuff like that.
Bro, I'm probably the least mobile human being on the planet. I'm so bad. But
Makes 2 of us.
oh, bro. I remember, here's a story for you. I said this always goes sidetracked, these questions. I remember watching the CrossFit Games. I think it was actually the CrossFit Games that you podiumed in 2017.
17, yeah.
With a mate at home, right? We're having a cup of tea, watching the games at my place.
Really?
And he goes, you reckon you could handstand push up? And I'm like,
You kicked up on the wall.
surely,
in the
right?
house.
Well, we kicked up in the living room, right? And we were just holding each other's legs. And I said,
Oh,
mate,
not even against the wall?
no, I was like, someone's going to go through, I was like, someone's going to go through the coffee table here. We should go outside against the wall.
Yeah.
It was raining a bit at the time, and I've gone up against the wall a couple times, and I got to like my 4th or 5th set. I'm starting to get pretty confident. I'm like, I can probably bust 2 out, right?
What were you touching your head on? The concrete?
Yeah. Fucking dickhead, right? And it got a little bit wet on the wall from the rain, and I slipped and went into the end of the glass fence and went fence, corner of it went through my leg.
No
I'll show you
way.
the scar after.
Stitches.
Bro, popped the muscle fascia straight into the muscle.
You're kidding me.
Bro, the fat from my leg was sitting on the edge of the fence, and a couple of birds come down and started pecking it.
No.
Yeah. And I had to get an ambulance to hospital because I couldn't feel any pain, and I thought I'd severed all my nerves.
Oh, no.
And they said to me, the ambo said, mate, you missed your major artery by about 3 centimetres.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
He's like, mate, this could have been really bad. Damn. So I was in a boot for, I think...
You would not have walked outside expecting that was going to
No,
happen.
not at all. So that was literally the last time I've done handstand push-ups.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I was in a boot for like 2 months
again.
because I wasn't allowed to extend my leg because I had to sew it tight.
Yeah,
It was so tight because I lost so much fat and skin.
And the other boys thought it was funny for a couple of seconds.
For a couple of seconds until he seen the hole in my leg. It was like, holy fuck, we need to call an ambulance. So that's, thoracic mobility hasn't been necessary because I'm not doing handstand push-ups ever again.
Don't need to do it.
My third question for you is, and I might have an idea of what this answer would be, but what is the greatest challenge that's required the most growth for you to overcome?
Yeah, definitely receiving the ban, 4-year ban, and having to come back from that. And,
Let me extend that question a little bit for you, in summary of what we've spoken about here today.
Yeah.
What was the thing that you learnt about yourself? If you learnt one thing in that 4 or 5 years, what was it?
That I can do hard things, pretty much.
And that's a fucking lesson that I think, not just for someone like yourself in your shoes, but that's a lesson that I think is necessary for everyone to learn, right?
Sure.
Because you never know when life's going to throw you something fucking tough.
So it's always the thought of it that seems harder, but when you actually do it, you realise, fuck, I'm tougher than I thought.
We're more capable than we ever realised.
Yeah, for sure.
I love that, brother. What a message.
Yeah.
The fourth question for you is, what's something that forms a part of your routine, whether it be a morning thing or an evening thing, that sets your life up for success?
Probably just like doing my program that I get sent.
Yep.
Like making sure that I hit everything on that program for that day. That's literally like my focus point of the day. I wake up, I look at the program, and I know I'm going to the gym at 9:30, and I'm going to get that program done. I'm going to have lunch, have a break in the middle, and then go back and do the second session. And if I can complete that program every day and consistently do that for 12 months, then I know the success that I'm going to achieve on the back of that. So,
is there any negotiable in that program? Like, is there ever a time where you wake up and go, today's not the day?
Oh yeah, if it happens a fair bit, to be honest.
Yeah.
You think, oh shit, how am I going to do that? But it's always a different story. As I said, you always think it's going to be worse than what it is. So if you can just the hardest part is turning up, and I feel like once you get started, like for anyone, if you think about going to the gym, you can't be fucked.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll let that thought beat you and you won't go, and then you feel worse. But I always know that when I go there and I start, the blood gets warm, music's pumping, and you actually feel good, and you start to enjoy it. And then you look at that thing on the program that you read while you're in bed, and you think, oh fuck, I can do that.
Piece of piss.
Piece of piss, yeah.
Love it. Just on that, you said music's pumping. What's the go-to amp up song?
Yeah, I do like The Other Side by Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Great song.
Yeah.
Fucking they're classics.
At the moment, I think I've burnt it out, but
okay,
it doesn't hit me as hard as it used to.
Yeah.
But I do like that song.
Yeah, I dig it. I dig it. My last question for you, brother, is always my favourite question. It's the question that I think is an opportunity for you to really share a key takeaway with the people who have tuned in to today's potty. It is, if you could share one message with the world and encourage them to act on it, what would that message be?
Pretty much just to not give up on what you want in life, and never set your standards too low. Always strive for more, and always believe in yourself that you can do it, and never give up.
Simple but powerful message, brother.
Yeah.
I love it. I want to say thank you so much for being a part of the show. Mate, it means the world that we could finally get here and get this done.
Bro, thank you.
I'm behind you. I hope to see you, and I'm confident that I'll see you on that podium with a gold medal around your neck, big check above your head,
yeah.
and not only doing that once, but continuing to do that throughout the course of these coming years.
Yeah.
Mate, you're a man on a mission. If anyone deserves it after this last 4 or 5 years, it's you. I'm very excited to be supporting you, to be in your corner. And I want to make sure that everyone today heads to the show notes. I'm going to make sure that everywhere they can find you, support you, get behind the mission is tagged down there, linked there. Anything you'd like to say before you go?
No, man, just appreciate you having me on the show, and I look forward to chatting again and seeing where the next part of the story has gone.
Yep. Mate, I love it.
Exciting.
One last thing, new rule for you, your shirt's got to fucking stay on the Blue Mile if mine's coming off, mate, because I'm feeling very inadequate running of a morning when you're down there training.
Oh, mate, I'll scare a few people off down there.
Yeah, mate.
The old eyes go wandering.
Bloody oath, mate, shoulders like that. I'd be fucking scared too. Thanks so much, brother.
No, thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
Take care.
Cheers.